Hey everyone, just doing a little speed paint of this little illustration I finished up just today. Some of my characters in like a little international space station sort of style space station. And sorry for the dinosaur and the sheep going ballistic in the corners. I was streaming this and I didn't think to turn those off, and I also had to like block out the I had like a little chat thing in the top right, but I get rid of it like halfway through, so sorry about that. But yeah, I really liked like how I was progressing with like the sketch. I was just like, you know, adding more and more details with this thing, because I didn't really like have a concrete idea of like what I wanted it to look like, so I was just looking at references for like details to put in. And as you can see, I also started, I kind of tried to use Blender to help with the perspective, like with that last illustration I did, but then I just gave up because I don't know, I ultimately felt that I was like, with how good I am at Blender still, it would take way too long to like make sure all these things are like in perspective, and because there's so many different shaped and sized objects, I don't know, it didn't really matter, so I just used the good old-fashioned perspective tool in Sci, and that really helped. It's like such an easy but like effective drawing tool, I think. So yeah, now I'm just like lining stuff and, you know, putting shapes and details and stuff. Which, this is the kind of art like I wish I did more of, but it does just take me a while, so I don't always do it. Like this, I had 12 hours worth of recorded footage. It was like 11 hours and like 48 minutes or something. And obviously I worked a little bit beforehand, so it pretty much came down to this took me like 12 hours, which is kind of a long time for, you know, one image. But I know, like, you know, real professional artists, you know, they'll spend that long of a time on something that if they want to make it like really good. But yeah, as you've been seeing, like I've been using a lot of reference of the International Space Station because that's kind of like vibe I want, because I just really love those pictures of the International Space Station where there's just a bunch of mechanical tools and devices and wires and machines like just on every wall, because you know it's a space station without gravity, so you can have things on the ceiling and the walls and the floor, and it doesn't really matter, so you get so much detail on this. I just think it's super cool. And I was also looking at some of Sid Mead's art. Probably most of you don't know who he is, but he was just like an illustrator. I think mostly in like I think he started in like the 50s or 60s, and then he did a bunch of stuff like, you know, through his entire illustration career. But he does a lot of really cool like sci-fi futuristic kind of art, and he was kind of like one of the, I think he's one of like the kind of pioneer sort of people that started science fiction art. But yeah, like a lot of his sketches especially, I love looking at, because they're very inspiring for sci-fi details and interiors and machines and junk. Yeah, I don't know, I was just kind of like having a good time with this, like especially when I was like I streamed most of like pretty much all of this except for like 2 hours maybe. I didn't stream, but I was actually surprised when I was streaming, because I would be like, oh wow, it's already been an hour and a half or 2 hours, and it didn't feel that long, because I don't know, it's just, this is the kind of stuff I like to draw, but like I need to be in the mood to draw this kind of sci-fi details. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff where I wasn't like quite sure how it looked, but you know, it's digital art, so it's pretty easy to edit stuff and whatnot. And I really liked that, like those thinner wires in the very top right. I didn't think to make them like different colors, but then I just had an idea and I was like, oh, what if I made, you know, because you see stuff like that where wires are like, you know, red, yellow, green, white, and they're kind of all like twisted together. And I just thought, oh, that's a nice little little tiny splash of color. And that's like with this picture, and I think a lot of well, not all sci-fi art, but there's a lot of sciencey, sci-fi art where, you know, there's a lot of like very desaturated colors and then just like very tiny sparks of like, you know, a very intense yellow here and there, or a very intense like green, just like sprinkled here and there. You know, it's like those RGB computer lights. But those are kind of way more than, I don't know, I'm like getting off topic or something. Yeah, so I really liked the sketch I did, and I think I spent about 2 hours like just on the sketch, and I think that's what really helped me like keep on moving forward, is spending more time on the sketch, which I definitely need to do. I need to spend more time on sketches, because that just makes like everything easier. And I did add a lot of stuff, like this thing right here with that little box on the left wall. I added that, you know, after the sketch. It wasn't even in there. But I definitely think it was a lot easier to add like some details. I don't know. It was definitely easier to add details in the sketch phase, and then, you know, if I thought something needed space filled up or something, you know, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is know what to do at the sketch phase and know what to do kind of at the end after the sketch phase. I don't know. I'm not really saying anything. I drew a LOL sticker because I thought that'd be really funny. Because Sign, and that's obviously Sign put that there because, you know, he thinks LOL. It's a very funny word. I drew a manga book because that's like my other character, Splice. She's the dolphin. That's probably hers because she likes anime. She's a total weeb. And then I was gonna draw a bunny, but then I drew a little bird sticker for Wave. He probably didn't put that there, but I think Point put that there because, you know, that's like her personality. She would do that to Wave's workspace. And that's the fun thing with doing like little details, is you get to like, you know, add personality and stuff. Yeah, this is it. I think it looks cool. Kind of all finished up. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Why?